Why these brothers rock Jesus pieces, but they really don't know Jesus. Just know that he's the seed, and please believe it. We got the keys to the kingdom. We'll never be defeated. Evil legions, all of these heathens and demons. I know you see them scheming, please believe it. We got the keys to the kingdom. We got the keys for these brothers rock Jesus pieces, but they really don't know Jesus. Just know that he's the seed, and please believe it. We got the keys to the kingdom. We'll never be defeated. Evil legions, all of these heathens and demons. I know you see them scheming, please believe it. We got the keys to the kingdom. We got the keys to the keys to the.
Sole purpose on the earth was to kill black people. So if these so-called liberals like us so much, why don't they let us know that? Have you ever heard that before? You watch CNN and MSNBC. Why didn't they ever tell us that Planned Parenthood was set up to exterminate black people if these are supposed to be the people that's got our best interests at heart? You understand what I'm saying? Why didn't Joe Biden say that? Why didn't Hillary Clinton? Hillary Clinton honored the lady. She got a Margaret Sanger Woman of the Year award from a lady that's her whole purpose was to destroy black people. That's the whole purpose she set up the Planned Parenthood.
That's right.
He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words.
See that? So that's what they do. They destroy us with lies. They act like they're there to help you. They're not there to help us. Understand that. So we here to help the people, but guess what? Our people don't want to hear it. Go to Isaiah 1 and 3. Our people don't want to receive the help. We got the medicine. We got the medicine for all their ailments. But our people don't want to hear it because they ain't get afflicted enough. It's going to turn up, though. We ain't worried about it. We know what the scriptures say. Read that.
Isaiah 1, verse 3.
Yeah.
The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know. My people doth not consider.
So our people don't consider, because you would think that in this community where our people as a whole, I would say blacks as a whole, we have a bad image here. We have a lot of crime, a lot of drug use, a lot of negativity. So you see men on the corner that's coming out here to uplift the whole community. You would think that this place, people would want to come and see what it's all about. So these people are actually out here to clean up, to help with the communities. But guess what? They ain't got time, because you know what they got to do? They got to hurry up and run in that store to get a white man the rest of their money. That's what they got to do. They ain't doing nothing else. What else they doing? They just running back and forth, spending money, doing whatever. Nobody got 5 minutes to listen in to see what they can learn, to ask. Yeah, they doing. Yeah, if LeBron James was here, and look, he got all his shoes that he charging people $200-300 for is made in China for about $20. If LeBron James was standing here right now, this whole block would be shut down. You wouldn't even be able to get no cars up here. But guess what? What is LeBron James going to offer these people to actually help them?
Right.
Nothing. He ain't going to do nothing for them. He might sign an autograph or whatever, but we actually coming up here with solutions. Hey, sister, you looking to get married? We can tell you what you got to do. Hey, you having this problem at your house? You know, whatever it is. You want to help? You want help quit smoking? We can help you with that, sister. That's what we up here to do. You understand that? But our people don't want these solutions, and I'm going to show you why. Go to Hosea 5 and 15. Because we understand, we know what it is. Read that.
Hosea 5, verse 15.
Bring it out.
I will go and return to my place.
This is God. He said he's going to go return to his place. Till what?
Till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face
Why are they going to seek God's face? Watch this.
In their affliction, they will seek me early.
So God said when they start getting afflicted, meaning what? When they start getting jacked up, that's when they're going to start calling for God. Go to 1 Corinthians 3 and 16. Because I want to show you, getting on that, I'm going to show you something real quick. Read that.
1 Corinthians 3, verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God?
So our bodies are a temple. You ever heard that, sister? Read that.
And that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you. If any man defile the temple of God,
so how do you defile your temple? Like them cigarettes. Watch this.
Him shall God destroy.
You see that? That's why we gotta stop smoking. Because guess what? I had an aunt that talked to, she smoked for a long time. Somebody would mention to her, hey, if you smoke the cigarettes, you're gonna get lung cancer. They'd be like, I seen a lot of people like that. I ain't worried about that. But guess what happened when they got the news when they went to the doctors? And the doctors say, brother, you got lung cancer. You got 2 months to live. Guess what they did? Oh, God. Oh, God. They cried for God because guess what? They being afflicted. So this word right here, you don't want to wait till that happens. You understand that? For you to cry to God when you near your end time because you don't want to quit your cigarettes. You understand that? But that's why what we brought out earlier, go to Sirach 37 and 12. That's why we brought this out earlier. And then we're going to get Leviticus 19 and 17.
Sirach 37, verse 12. But be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord.
Because godly men going to let you know, they're not going to just let you do anything. They're going because they're here to protect you. They care about you. They don't want to see nothing bad happen to you. You understand what I'm saying, sister? Go to Leviticus. Because that's love. A lot of people think that it's hate or being mean, but I'm going to show you that's love according to the Bible.
Leviticus 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
So we're supposed to rebuke our neighbors.
And not suffer sin upon him.
We're not supposed to allow, like if I truly love you, I'm not going to let you sin. I'm going to make sure because I understand what's going to happen to you if you sin. So if I got like true love for you, I'm not going to allow you to go off. I'm going to correct you.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
So now I'm going to show you the opposite of that. I'm going to show you love. Let's go to love. 1 John 5 and 3. We're going to get that. So this is what we out here doing. A lot of people take this as hate or whatever. It's not hate. It's actually love, according to the Bible. Hate is if I just let you smoke cigarettes or do whatever, wear your pants or whatever, and I ain't say nothing to you. That's hate.
1 John 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
You see that? So if you love God or if you love his people, you're going to teach his people the commandments, you're going to keep the commandments. And then guess what it said? It said the commandments are not hard to do. Because a lot of people, the reason why they don't want to join or whatever, because they think what we're doing is real hard. It's not as hard as you think. It's not hard to make a transition from Christmas to Hanukkah. It's not hard to say, hey, you know what? I don't want to eat pork. I'm not supposed to have pork. I'm going to eat beef or I'm going to eat chicken or turkey instead. Right. Because those are unclean animals. We ain't supposed to eat that. Did you know that? We ain't supposed to eat pork. We're not supposed to eat crab and lobster. Look, I'm not going to eat catfish. I'm going to eat tuna or rockfish or something like that. It's not. A lot of commandments are really easy to do. Right. You understand that? It's not hard to do. But we've been taught under this beast image that you can eat whatever you want. Just pray over it. Right. So if somebody die in the street and I take them home and cook them and I just pray over them, can I eat that? That don't make no sense for them to say that if you just pray over it, because guess what? A shrimp is a cockroach of the sea. That's right. A lobster is a cockroach of the sea. That's right. That's an abomination. We're not supposed to eat that. But go to Isaiah. I think I want 5 and 20. This is what happens in this society right here. You understand? This is what happens in the society that we live in. Read.
Isaiah 5 verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil.
You see that? So they say things that's evil is good. So guess what? If you go to a restaurant, one of the most expensive things on the menu is an abomination. It's a lobster tail. That ain't even supposed to be on the menu. Right. But this man in this society say that's a delicacy. You understand that? And that you feel prestigious if you sitting at the table eating on a big cockroach. Bring it out. That's what they got our people convinced. We're not supposed to eat that. The same thing with the shrimp. They got shrimp, I don't even know how much it is. How much is shrimp a pound? You know? probably like $20, $30. I don't know what it is, but I know it's high. But I know if you can get hamburger, which is righteous, for like $4 or something a pound, I know shrimp is way more than that. Lobster tail is like $30, $40, $50 or whatever it is for you to eat, an abomination. It say market price. It don't even have a price on it. It'd be like market price. Basically like whatever you can afford, Negro. That's what it is. You think you're getting a delicacy, you getting an abomination. But that's what this society teaches right here. You got any questions, sister? Okay. So you understand the law about the wearing of pants and the cigarettes? So the next time we see you come out here, we can see a dress. Well, come on now, sister. You know it's a judgment for wearing pants. Get a judgment for the sister. I'm going to show you. It's a judgment for everything that we do. I'm going to show you the judgment.
Zephaniah 1 verse 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice.
So the day of the Lord's sacrifice is the return of Christ. Read.
That I will punish the princes and the king's children, and all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
So anybody that's wearing strange apparel, a woman wearing pants is strange apparel.
Right.
Because you know the saying, I wear the pants in the house. That's a man's attire. So it says, I will punish. So guess what? That punishment is death. That's what that is. Now, I can prove it. Go back to Deuteronomy 22 and 5. We're going to read that again.
Deuteronomy 22 verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
So you're an abomination. So now let's go to Revelations. I think I went 20 or 21. The abominable. You know what I'm talking about? 21.
Revelation 21 verse 8. But the fearful and unbelieving.
So now, this is a prophecy about what's going to happen. The fearful, the unbelieving.
And the abominable.
And the abominable. So women wearing pants are the abominable one. Read.
And murderers and whoremongers.
So dang, he got you grouped in with the murderers and the whoremongers. Read.
And sorcerers and idolaters.
That's a big list. Read.
And all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone.
So now, sister, you got to sit here and think, is wearing pants really worth that type of judgment? It's not worth it. And you know what else? You look more beautiful and more feminine in a dress. Like, look at the sister, look at the contrast. And I'm not even trying to put you on the spot, but listen, look at the sister here and look at your attire, what we've been taught in America to wear. And this is not to attack you, and I just want you to take a visual. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you dress like that, you look a lot more feminine, you look a lot more approachable, a lot more beautiful. That's how we want our sisters to be. We don't want manly. Men don't want men.
That's right.
Most men don't want other men. We don't want sisters that look like men. I don't want a man, period. I don't want a sister that look like a man. I don't want nothing to do with a man. You understand that? So we want feminine women. That's what we want. Our sisters want to get married. That's what you got to do. You got to be feminine so men will want you. Because a woman is supposed to be what? A pillar of rest. You understand that? So when I think about that, I'm thinking about something soft and something, you know, loving. I'm not thinking about somebody wearing some Wranglers.
Right.
They got Wranglers on. If I think about Wranglers, I think about somebody with a cowboy hat on and tobacco in the corner of their mouth. I ain't thinking about a sister. You know what I'm saying? Like sisters got Wranglers on.
Right.
That's not feminine. You understand that? Our sisters gotta become more feminine. We gotta come back to women. We can't listen to these liberal white women. They lonely. You understand that? They didn't turn to lesbianism. They didn't just gave up because they can't find a man.
That's right.
They didn't just completely given up. They have literally no chance to get, because white men don't want men either. They want feminine women. They don't want the manly woman. You understand that? Nobody wants that. That's rejected all over the world. What you got?
1 Timothy 2 verse 9. In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
So the women's supposed to dress feminine and modest, meaning that they don't have all of their body showing. You understand that? That's how men want their women, because when I'm fishing, I use a certain type of bait to catch a certain type of fish.
Make it plain.
You understand what I'm saying? So you got to think about a lot of these sisters that dress provocatively. What type of men are they going to attract? If you dress sexy, you're going to find men looking for sex.
That's right.
That's just a simple thing. You understand that? That's what men, that's what they see. That's what they're going to want. That's just natural. So a lot of these women that dress sexually, that think, thinking that they attracting men, they attracting the wrong type of men. Then they wonder why they end up with children, and then the man is gone. Because how many men would marry a prostitute?
Wake them up!
You understand that? Like, not many men. I'm not saying that the sisters are, but if they got prostitute attire on, that's how the men are going to think of them. What you got, sister?
I'm a righteous woman.
And you keeping the commandment.
And I meet a righteous man, I think. But I don't know if he's right.
Now, go ahead. We got
Okay. And he's dressed manly.
Yeah.
Down the line, 10 years down the line, we still good.
Okay.
But then he pop up and he's this.
Did he pop up? He do what?
He's still wearing manly clothes.
Oh, he's gay? Well, he an unbeliever. He's an unbeliever.
I'm a righteous woman.
And you're a righteous woman, meaning that you were keeping the commandments.
I didn't know what his secret was.
Oh, you didn't know what the secret was. So you had somebody pop out the closet?
This
Oh, you
is
just
a
using
narrative.
an example?
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't a righteous man. They should have been signs, but get that in 1 Corinthians 7 about if the unrighteous depart. We got you. The Bible got an answer for everything. So we got you covered, sister.
1 Corinthians 7, verse 15. But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases.
So look, he out of the door, let him leave. He want to go and lay down with Billy Bob or whoever, that's on him. He gonna get a judgment for that. You clear. So you said you could get remarried or do whatever because the unbelieving has departed.
But God hath called us to peace.
See, God calls us to peace, so we not go to unequally yoked. 2 Corinthians. Let's get that right there. So the scriptures cover all of that. Like we got to answer literally for everything that you got. Any question that you got, we'll get you the answer out of the scriptures. That's why we up here, because most of these people can't go to a church. They go to this church up there and they start asking questions. They're gonna run them out the door because they're not equipped to answer questions. They just there to take your money and to run a scam.
2 Corinthians 6, verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness?
Because he's not righteous. When he start committing homosexuality, he's not righteous anymore. So you can't have fellowship with somebody that's unrighteous. If you're a woman that's keeping the commandments and you with somebody that's not keeping the commandments, they're not righteous anymore because homosexuality is against God's commandments. That's adultery.
And what communion hath light with darkness? And what concord hath Christ with Belial?
So Christ don't have nothing in common with the devil. It's the same way. You understand that? So that's the answer to your question. You got any more questions? So we ain't gonna have no sisters stick around with a homosexual. That ain't adding up. If somebody's practicing homosexuality, then he gotta go. He's an unbeliever. He can't believe in the Bible and be a homosexual.
That's right.
Somebody needs to go. But you done did 10 years.
So you're saying that you've been married for a long time and he turned out. Some people just
Yeah,
you ain't got no control over that.
You have all these children by them. So how do we get back on track?
How do you get back on track? The things that we brought out earlier. Being around godly men. We got sisters in the body that was married before, was married for years. They got a divorce because the husband didn't believe or whatever, didn't want to keep the commandments, and guess what? They got remarried. That's what you do. We got brothers the same way. We got brothers here that had to leave because their wives didn't want to keep the commandments. They wanted to go serve white Jesus. So guess what? I ain't serving white Jesus.
That's right.
I ain't sitting under no Christmas tree. I ain't painting no Easter eggs.
That's right.
So if they want to do that, they'll go to the door.
Good.
And guess what? It'll be somebody else in the door.
That's right.
That's just what it is. Get that in Matthew 10. Let's get Matthew 10. 10:34.
Matthew 10, verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth.
Christ said he didn't come to send peace on earth. This is Christ of the Bible, brother. We're not talking about this image right here, Caesar Borgia. But watch this.
I came not to send peace, but a sword.
Christ came to send a sword. What does a sword do? Divide things. Well, watch. He's going to tell you.
For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
So what is he talking about there? He's saying that one person is going to say, you know what? I'm an Israelite. I got to keep God's commandments. And the other person is going to say, I'm an African American. I want to serve white Jesus, and they can't stay together. You understand that? So it's gonna be a division there. You understand what I'm bringing out, brother? Because we have a lot of people a lot of brothers in particular, that come into the knowledge, knowing that they the Israelites, and that we got to keep God's commandments. We can't keep Christmas. Christmas is pagan. It's idolatry. Easter's pagan. It's idolatry. When you paint those eggs and those rabbits, what do you think they represent? Fertility. That's the goddess of fertility. Estar is the god of fertility. So now when you read the Bible at all, brother? So now, go to 1 Samuel 7:3. I'm going to show you something. So now, what we're teaching is the same thing that the prophet Samuel taught, the prophet Jeremiah, the prophet Ezekiel. And guess what? Most of the world was against them, just like us today.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.